Hello, it's Thomas George, and welcome to this live stream. So this live stream is for anyone that's a music producer, especially electronic music producer, and they really want to kind of take their music to the next level and actually learn about music theory. So this is a live stream right now, so if you're on this live stream, hop in and say hello. Just sorting out a few of the levels. There we go, we're now in stereo. And really, so in my experience working with a lot of electronic producers, they're great at the actual kind of synthesis, they're great at actually mixing, but the main thing that I've found in my experience people lack is a bit of music theory. So I thought I'd put this webinar or live stream together just to help a few people who want to know a bit more about music theory. So we're going to start off looking at thirds. So this allows us to kind of work out the difference between a major chord, a minor chord, something called a diminished chord, and an augmented chord. And also we're going to work out all the notes in the major scale and then work out what chords we can use in this major scale. So this is really just a quick crash course into music theory. If you do want to continue learning with me, check out the link somewhere below or above where you can get access to my complete music theory course over 8 hours long. So right now it's only $10 with this link. Full price is $180. If you want a more comprehensive thing, because this is kind of more on the fly, my course is a lot more structured. But let's just go through, because I'm quite excited doing these live streams. I'm quite new to live streaming. So let's actually have a look at some of the stuff here. Just make myself a bit smaller. And here we go, a keyboard. So you should be used to this, and obviously the notes on the keyboard, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and the repeat, and then you get something called the sharps and the flats. I've got a little keyboard here as well. If you do use musical typing, don't worry, you can use that as well. You don't have to use one of these keyboards. However, I like to use a keyboard personally, it's what I'm used to, but you can do all this on musical typing. So if you're using something like Ableton Live or whatever, you can do it all on the screen there. But for now, we're going to be looking at the actual keyboard. So first of all, let's have a look at major and minor thirds. So what I mean by major and minor thirds is the difference between a major chord and a minor chord is the third. So let's just have a look at this keyboard again. So this is a major chord. You can hear generally it sounds happy. If you've been studying music theory for a while, this might be a bit basic, but I'm going to go a bit more advanced as we continue. And this is a minor chord. If you look, we have the root, third, and fifth. And minor, we just move the third. And there's a certain way we can actually work this out. So what we have to do is count 5 and 4. So from C, we count up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just get the keyboard up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All the black notes. This will land on this one called E. And if we count up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, this will land on G. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5 and 4 for major. And then for minor, it's the other way around. It's 4 and 5. So counting up every single note. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 and 4, major and minor. So that's basically how we work it out, by counting up 5 little notes or 5 semitones and then 4. And that's basically it. So we can start any note, any of these notes here, C, D, E, F, G, all the sharps and flats as well, and count up 5. That will give us our third for a major, and then 4 will give us our major fifth, or a perfect fifth. It's the same for major and minor, and then the same for minor. So I hope this is making sense to you. If you're on the live stream, just hop on and ask any questions. I'll answer it as I go along. So let's get the keyboard up again. So let's start on, say, this one here, G. So remember 5 and 4 for major. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is G and the third, which is major. And then 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is G major. Like I said, we can just drop the third one note, a semitone, to make it minor. Or we can count up 4, then 5. So G, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is minor. So that's how you can work out a major chord and a minor chord. It's all built around the third because we have something called a perfect fifth. So the fifth note is the same whether it's a major chord or a minor chord, but the third, the one we're looking at now, is the one that determines whether it's a major chord or a minor chord. So going along, we do have something called augmented, which is kind of like a stretched out version of the major, and diminished, which is kind of a pushed in version of the minor. So diminished is 5 and 5, and augmented is 5 and 5, and diminished is 4 and 4. So let's get back to the keyboard. So let's start on G again. So 5 and 5 for augmented. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same as major. And then 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this sounds a bit mysterious. And then diminished, 4 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Same as minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this one here. So that's a diminished and an augmented. So the main ones you have to remember are major and minor. So for major, just remember this. There's a few patterns you can remember in this live stream. So major, 5 and 4. Minor, 4 and 5. And that's basically it. It's quite straightforward. So like I said before, so change from minor to major is 1 semitone. So I'm back on the computer. So C major, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So change from C major to C minor is just the third that drops a semitone. Or we can change from minor to major by going up 1 semitone. And that's kind of it. Okay, we've got another pattern now. Two more patterns. So this is the next one I want you to remember. So remember, first of all, 5 and 4 is major, 4 and 5 is minor. That's the first pattern I want you to remember. So in this live stream, this webinar, I'm going to give you 3 patterns to remember. The first one is 5 and 4 equals major, 4 and 5 equals minor. Of course, there's diminished, which is 4 and 4, augmented, which is 5 and 5. If you're new to music theory, just try and remember major and minor. The next one is TTS, TTTS. Maybe thinking TTS, TTTS, what? So just try and hammer this in. TTS, TTTS. And that stands for tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. And a tone is basically 2 of these notes, including the black ones. So this is a tone, because we go past this one. The semitone is 1 of these notes. So tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. So this is how we can actually work out a major scale. So now I'm going to teach you how to work out a major scale. And then we can actually work out what chords we can use in this major scale. Okay? So let's start off in C major. Okay, C major is kind of an easy one because it is actually kind of cheating, because it is actually all just the white notes. So C major, you can just cheat and be like, of course you didn't see that there, but you can hear that that's a major. And basically what a major means is it's just a major scale. So if someone says it's in major, it's a major scale. And so C is just the white notes. So let's just analyze these white notes. Remember the pattern before, which was tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. Okay, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. So what that actually means is we need to go up a tone, which is 2 of these semitones, which is 2 notes. Can be a black note, can be a white note, any of these notes. So C, let's backwards engineer C major first of all. And then we're going to have a look at other scales and work them out as well. So starting on C major, it goes from C to D, which is a tone. So 1 tone and then tone. So count up 2. So 1, 2, tone, and then it's semitone. So it's just this note here, gap, and then tone, 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 semitone. Might be getting a bit quick for you there, but all it basically means is tone, tone, semitone. So tone is 2 notes and the semitone is 1 note. So first one, go up 2 notes, tone, go up 2 notes, tone, go up 1 note, which is a semitone, go up 2 notes of tone, go up 2 notes of tone, go up 2 notes of tone, and then semitone. So tone, 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 semitone, tone, 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 semitone. So that's how we can work out a major scale. It might be a bit complex at the moment, but all you have to do is just remember this pattern: tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. And then after a while, you will start to actually internalize this, and you can work out any scale. So you don't have to go through and remember that G's got an F sharp, or D's got an F sharp and a C sharp, E flat's got a B flat and E flat and A flat. You don't have to remember any of that stuff. All you have to do is just remember this pattern: tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone, for any major scale. So you don't have to do this with C major. Let's go back to G, nice and easy. So G starts on, obviously, G. Remember, if you don't know where the notes are, just remember there's these 2 blobs here, and there's 3 blobs. And then, so on the far left of the black one, the 2 blocks just go slightly over, and that's a C. That's all you have to remember. So 3 blocks, 2 blocks, 1 down from the 2 blocks is a C. Okay, super simplified, but that's basically how you work out where middle C is, or where C is actually. So let's start on G. So remember, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone, tone. So tone up from a G is this one, A. Tone again, B. Semitone, white note here. It's a C. Tone, it's a D. Tone, it's a E. Tone, this note here, and then semitone. You don't have to bother with these scales if you're making EDM. You don't have to go through and practice the scales really, but you just really need to know what a major scale is and how to work out major chords and minor chords in any major scale. Of course, there's a lot more advanced stuff like modes, minor scales, harmonic minors, melodic minors, that kind of stuff as well. But for now, we're just going to stick with this one, which is, yeah, major scale. Okay, so let's have a look at that again. So it's tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. So I recommend just going through and just, yeah, practicing all the different notes. Let's try D. So tone, 2, tone, semitone. So it's, and then tone. So tone, 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 semitone, tone, 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 1, 2, semitone. So D major is. So that's how you can work out D major. If you're brand new to music theory, this might be a little bit fast. But like I said in my complete music theory course, I do go through a lot more details in this. But I thought I'd just open this webinar just to kind of show you some of the basics of music theory, because I do think this is really important, knowing how to work out a major scale, knowing how to work out a major chord and a minor chord. And next, we're actually going to be looking at how to know what chords you can use in each scale, which I think is quite important. Because in my experience, yeah, just working with a lot of EDM producers, a lot of electronic people, they're great at synthesis, they're great at actually mixing and producing sounds, but when it comes to actually going through and working at music theory, a lot of people, in my experience, do struggle with this. So I thought I'll put this webinar out just to help a few people. Like I said, I do have a complete course if you want to take this a bit further. Just check out a link somewhere around this box. Should be in the description down below. Depends where you're watching this. But yeah, let's have a look at now the third thing. So let's go back. The first one, major, 5, 4. That's how you work out a major chord. Second one, minor, 4 and 5, or part 1. And then the second thing to remember is tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. Write that down, put that somewhere, stick it on your wall, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. That's how you work out any major scale. That's basically it. So you can start on whatever note you want, and that will give you a major scale. So next, we're going to look at this thing here, which might look a bit weird. So we've got triangle, dash, dash, triangle, triangle, dash, circle, triangle. You're probably thinking, what? So if you just look above here, so we've got major is the triangle, minor is the dash, and circle is diminished. So you're probably thinking, what is going on? So this is how I like to remember it. Major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, major. Let me say that again. So remember, triangle is major, dash is minor, and circle is diminished. So major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, major. So I've given you a few different things to remember here. Hopefully this isn't too much. Please leave in the comments, questions, feedback below. If you don't understand what I'm on about, or you think this is really useful, please give it a thumbs up. If you think it's pointless and rubbish, give me a thumbs down, just so I get a bit of feedback, so I know what kind of videos and webinars and live streams to make. But yeah, major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, major. That's the third thing you need to remember. Major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, major. So it needs to be that fast. Major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, major. You need to remember this stuff, just so it will allow you to work out whatever chords you want, or the correct chords you want in the major scale. Of course, you can break the rules. You don't have to stick with this, but this is kind of the basics of music theory in a major scale. So let's just have a look at this. So we have major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, major. You can use a capital M, a little m, a dim, whatever you want. You can use the Roman numerals thing over here as well. I like the triangle and the circle one. It's just how I like to remember it. So the capital Roman numeral is a major, the lowercase Roman numeral is a minor, and the little circle is diminished. So major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, major. I've said it a lot, but I'm going to say it once more. Major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, major. So basically, this allows you to work out what notes you want in the scale. So the first note links to the first symbol. So the first one will be C major. So remember, we can work out a major by doing 5 and 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or we can work out tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. And that would give us all the notes. So all you have to do is go through either the third and the fifth, the first, third and fifth in all the notes in the scale, or work out 5 and 4, 4 and 5. So I've given you a few different options here. So the first one is a C major, second one is a D minor, third one is a E minor, fourth one is a F major, fifth one is a G major, sixth one is a A minor, seventh one's a B diminished, and eighth one, or back to the first again, is a C. So all I'm really doing is just going through the notes of the scale. So C is just the white ones. And the first one, remember, is major. Second one's minor. Third one's minor. Fourth one's major. Fifth one's major. Sixth one's minor. Seventh one's diminished. Back to major. So I hope this is making sense. I'm going quite fast, but I hope you're getting a bit of value from this. I want to kind of cram in as much as I can, because I don't really like these tutorials, or I don't really like these webinars where there's a lot of fluff. I actually want you to leave this remembering a few different things. So let's go back to it. The first one, 5 and 4 to work out a major chord. Second one, 4 and 5 to work out a minor chord. So that's the difference between the root and the third and the fifth. Second thing is tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone to work out any major scale. And the third thing to remember from this webinar is major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, major. So please write those down if you don't know what they are. First one, 5 and 4. So that's the difference between the root, the third and the fifth in the major scale. Let's go back to that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a C major. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. C minor. We can work out the scale of C major. Tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. There we go. And then all we have to do is, we have two choices. One, work out all the notes in the scale. And then we can just put the chords with it. The root, the third and the fifth always match up. Well, the second thing we can do is actually go through and work out major and minor and diminished and that kind of stuff. So let's open up Ableton Live. So hopefully you're used to this, or maybe another digital audio workstation. It doesn't necessarily have to be Ableton Live. So let's start in C. So remember, major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, major. So the first one is C. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just zoom that in a little bit. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So C major, so that's the first one. The second one, remember, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. So tone 1, 2 is this note D. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's count that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is D minor. Next one is E minor. it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then count 5. 1, 2, 3, including the first note. I made a mistake there. That's what you get with the live streams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 4 and 5. The third one is an F major. So remember tone, tone, semitone. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember to count the first note. So here we have the first, which is a major, second, which is a minor, third, a minor, fourth, major. If you're getting lost, just remember, all we need to do is go back to this pattern here, which is major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished. Major, we're currently on the fourth one, so major, minor, minor, major. So C, D, E, F, F. Because we worked out the notes in the scale with tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. C, D, E, F. Okay, if I'm going a bit fast for you, I can slow it down a bit. Just leave me some comments below. So the next one we need to look at is the fifth one. So major, minor, minor, major, major. So tone, tone, semitone, tone, tone. So if we go back to this, so tone, tone, semitone, tone, which is a G, and major, minor, minor, major, major. So it's G major. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Next one is a tone up, so it's the A, and then major, minor, minor, major, major, minor. So this is A minor. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the last one is a tone. Remember tone, tone, semitone, tone, tone, tone. So B, 1. This is a weird one. So going back to the pattern here, the seventh one is the circle, which is a diminished. Okay, so the last one is diminished. So 1, 2, 3, 4. The funky one. 1, 2, 3, 4. And also all these notes here, every single one fits in the major scale. So if we go at these notes here, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and back to C, they all fit in the major scale. There isn't any notes like this. That doesn't fit. They're all notes in the major scale. So you can just work it out from the notes, really. It's kind of straightforward once you get the hang of it. Let's just slow this right down. And let's play this back. So I hope you're starting to understand what's actually going on. And there's all the chords you can use in the major scale. I wouldn't use them in that order for a song because that will sound awful. What you can do is kind of move them around, really. Use whatever you want. So maybe we could put that there. This one. You can see that's wrong, so let's just move that up. There we go, all matches up. And then let's use this one. There we go, you can see all the notes fit in C major now. You can always go back to that. Oh, and let's get rid of this E. I'm not going to use that one. Use this A. There is stuff called inversions, which we'll look at another time. But basically means you move the order of the notes, so it doesn't sound so jagged when you play. So this will sound a little jagged, but it might work. Let's hear this back. Let's make this tempo a bit faster because obviously 20 beats per minute is not really what we want. Let's try 1, 2, 2. And let's add on a sample. So let's type in drums. If you're new to Ableton Live, this might look a bit, oh, but. Okay, cool. And let's play this back. We could add some bass lines. So you have been watching for 25 minutes. I haven't actually been really putting anything in yet. But let's just put something in now. Copy this over. Put the C in. Repeat this over. That moves to an A. So basically just adding the bass line. And then it goes to a D. So that's not the right note. Remember, in C major it's the white note. It's a really easy one to use. F. Then go to a G. Back to an F. So let's say this. We've got a bit of a bass line going as well. So we can always do that. I just want to give you some real life examples. So let's just duplicate this. Let's choose a different instrument serum. Let's try a pad. I'll do. See what this sounds like. And now we're going to go through and actually make this a bit smoother. Just so you can kind of hear what's going on. So I hope you found this live stream useful. I thought I'd just put in a few live examples now just to make this a bit more exciting than just the theory, because sometimes the theory can get a bit dull, and real life examples you really want to explain exactly what's going on, or I do exactly what's going on. So let's just match these up now. Now I'm going to do something called inversions. So I'm going to put that down an octave. It's down an octave. And this is basically where you glue the notes together. If you're not used to inversions, don't worry. It's just a way to make it sound a little smoother. I like it up there, yeah. Let's move this one down. Yeah. Cool, so I hope you enjoyed this live stream or webinar, whatever you want to call it. I just want to give you some insight about music theory, really, because my experience, a lot of producers, they're really good at this kind of stuff, like the electronic side, but when it comes to actual music theory, just in my experience, a lot of people do struggle with it. So yeah, it's not the most amazing groove in the world, but it works. That's just built from what we said before. Tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone, to work out all the notes in the major scale. Like all of these here, they fit in the major scale. And they're just stuck in a really simple drum beat. Then, yeah, that's basically it, really. So you can try it with other beats. It doesn't have to be this one. Make a quick arrangement. This isn't an Ableton Live tutorial, but I thought I'd just throw this in for a bit of fun. So obviously there isn't a loop set up. So Ableton Live, you do have to loop stuff for it to work. So let's hit warp, hit loop. And yeah, it's not warped. Like I said, this isn't an Ableton Live tutorial. But I just do it just for my own sanity, just to try and fix it. That drum beat doesn't work, so let's just bring it over, use the same ones before. Then bring that down. Cool, here's a little groove just built from the stuff. Tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone, to work out the notes in the major scale. And then 5 and 4, 4 and 5. So 5 and 4 is the semitone distance for a major scale, and 4 and 5 is the semitone distance for a minor chord, not a scale, chord. So if you want to quickly throw something together, this is the easy way of doing it. So I hope you found this video useful. So it's really just about actually the basics of music theory, because I've heard a lot of people and they just can't get the basics there, and this is just a really, really simple explanation of music theory and how you can work out all the notes in a major scale, work out what chords to use as well. And from that you can work out what notes for the melody, And there's other stuff like modulation where you move into different keys. There's loads of stuff like modes if you want some kind of more unusual scale where you start on different notes. And I do cover a lot of this in my complete music theory course. So if you are interested in continuing learning with me, if you found this video useful, check out a link somewhere in the description to my complete music theory course. Over 8 hours long, you can get this for $10 instead of $180, which is a pretty good sale in my opinion. So yeah, I hope you found this video useful. Please give me some comments, some feedback below, just so I know what kind of stuff you guys and girls actually want. Do you want more music theory stuff? Do you want more live tutorials? Or do you want more inspirational videos, that kind of stuff? Because I'm exploring different types of ideas. And I'm doing a few live streams as well, just for a bit of fun. And I hope you found this useful. Just remember the 3 takeaways. If I've been going way too fast, completely over your head, just remember these 3 things right here. First one, 5 and 4, which is major chord, sorry. 4 and 5 minor chord. And then tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone to work out any major scale. And then the last one is major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, major. I'm going to go over them really quickly. So remember the first one is 5 and 4 for major, 4 and 5 for minor. And then tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone to work out any major scales. Take screenshots of these. If you're still new, you're not really too sure what's going on, screenshot this right now. Screenshot this, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. And this one as well. Major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, major. I'll move out of the way. So thank you again for watching this video. I hope you found it useful. I hope you found it insightful. Any comments, questions, or feedback, please put them below. And I'll talk to you soon.